editing this video and I have no idea where the intro is. I lost the footage somehow, some way. I don't know. But these are just two recipes that I just decided to remix just a little bit. So I'm going to share them with you guys. It is a carne guisada recipe and a spaghetti meal. I didn't really change up too much of the ingredients for the spaghetti or the carne guisada really, but I just made them a little bit differently than I usually would. So I hope you guys enjoy these recipes. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more dinners, because I can, I'm always cooking, so I can actually add some more dinner recipes for you guys, dinner ideas for you guys. Just let me know. By the way, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It'll really help me out, so I appreciate it. Keep watching and check out these delicious meals that I made. This first recipe is carne guisada. I'm doing this in the crock pot instead of stovetop. I always turn my crock pot on before I start, because too many times I've put everything in and forgot to start it. So I didn't carry the warm pot from the sink, so I just used 2 bottles of water for this. Now I'm coming in with some onion powder, and then some garlic. I'm using the squeezed garlic, and now I'm just adding in all the meat. Now this is going to be my way of seasoning the meat. I'm using some paprika. I'm just dashing a whole bunch in because I like the flavor of paprika. And then I'm going in with my ground pepper, and you're going to see that with this ground black pepper, I'm using so much of it because there was actually quite a bit of meat. I used the family pack of meat, so it was pretty large. Now I'm coming in with the carne guisada seasoning. This stuff was so hard to find, but I had some from last time. I'm also going to use some parsley in here. I'm not adding too much parsley because I don't think it really makes that much of a difference, but just a sprinkle. And then I'm coming in with my lime juice. I love lemon and lime juice. Lemon and lime juice just seems to bring out flavors in anything that you make. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir. Well, it wasn't really a quick stir, but I'm just going to stir it all in, mix it all together, get all those seasonings blended, get them all activated with each other. So this is going to turn out so good. I let this cook for about 2 hours before I checked on it and gave it a stir. It was looking pretty good, so I just let it cook for about another hour. So this is how the food came out. I just paired it with some Spanish rice. I did end up adding some more of like the juices to my bowl. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a good visual on how it looked. The flavor was so freaking good. If you try this, you're gonna love it, I promise. So this next recipe is just a simple spaghetti, and I'm gonna start off by seasoning my meat with some Slap Your Mama. That is my go-to, like, season all, I guess you would say, for extra flavor. Then I'm gonna add some ground black pepper. You know I love black pepper. Going now all in with the black pepper. Mixing that all up, throwing in some onion powder, trying to get all the meat cooked. I'm also gonna go in with some garlic powder. I just feel like onion powder and garlic powder go hand in hand, and they go in everything. So I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna let this cook. I typically cook this on about medium high, because I like mine to be brown, especially if I'm using turkey, but I think this was ground beef. I'm just not sure. I don't remember. Now that my meat is all cooked, I'm going to just separate it out, stir it all to the side so I can add my rotel right in the middle. I like to add the rotel right in the middle so that it definitely starts getting cooked at the bottom of the skillet. And I only had 1 can of tomato sauce, or like spaghetti sauce, So I'm going in with some tomato seasoning just to give it that extra robust flavor. I like the Prego Italian sausage and herb or garlic or something like that. That's my favorite one, so that's what I'm adding here. And like I said, I only had one can, so I decided to add some beef broth to the can instead of water just to give it a little extra flavor. So for this recipe, you want to get your sauce super liquidy because those noodles are going to need to soak in that when you let it sit. So after this little mix, I'm going to add some more beef broth, probably the rest of my box of beef broth to this. Give it a good stir so that it's liquidy. That way your noodles can absorb all of that and they can soften. You can see that my texture is really like soupy instead of like thick like you like a normal spaghetti sauce. But that's where we're gonna add our noodles in. I broke some of them and I left some of them whole just because some of the times I like to have that long spaghetti twirl on the end of my fork. But I'm just gonna add all these noodles in and then I'm going to mix them together, and then we're gonna cover it up and let it sit. That way our noodles can cook down. You're gonna be so pleasantly surprised with the result of this spaghetti. We do have 6 people in our family, so I tend to have to make about 2 pounds of ground meat, and I have to make a bunch of noodles because we typically have leftovers for spaghetti whenever I make this. So I try to always plan ahead, that way I can guarantee either lunch for the next day or leftover dinner for the next day. So in this process of like breaking down the noodles, some of them are gonna break down and crack, and that's totally fine. They're gonna get cooked down anyway. So I just want to make sure that every noodle is covered in the liquid. When I put my lid on, I'm gonna lower my heat to like a small simmer, like low medium, maybe just medium. That way everything will simmer and the noodles will absorb the liquid. So this is our finished product. The noodles came out perfectly. This recipe came out more creamy than my usual spaghetti, and it was actually really good. It had such an immense flavor from sitting in the pot and soaking. It was so good, you guys. I cannot believe that this was that easy. I'm so glad I tried this one pot method. It saved me some time and less dishes to wash. It is definitely a must try.